Good evening and welcome to the Variable Y Minute with your host, the Variable Y. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I know it's been hard on all of us out here, and we're just trying to make it through. But I wanted to do something today before we get into what we're going to get into. Now, normally, this is a sports show. I'm a sports guy, and I like to talk about sports. But I would be I would feel like it would be irresponsible for me to just ignore what's going on in the world. So, before I get into what I wanted to get into, I was telling some friends a couple of days ago, I was telling them, hey, don't let somebody else tell your narrative, tell your own narrative. And so and I was telling them, use whatever platform you have. So, I wanted to use the platform that I have, no matter how big it is or small it is. I wanted to use my platform to do the same thing, to tell my narrative. And I didn't want, for any reason, because let's keep it real, who knows what could happen to me. And I don't want anybody to go out there and then say certain things about me that just aren't true. So I want to do something, again, I want to do something very special. I want to invite a couple of people onto the show. First time for guests here on the Variable Y Minute. And I just wanted to introduce you to my very special guests. So I'll call first. This is the Variable Junior. Say hello.
Hello.
This is my son. He is 8 years old. He is a rising fourth grader. He During the quarantine, he got an award for distance learning. He got an award for improvements in reading and a high achievement in math. He made the A and B honor roll this past semester, quarter. I don't know what they're on, but he really achieved this year when we were homeschooling him for the quarantine. And I'm very proud of him. He likes football. He likes sports just like his father. He's a little too much into video games just like his father. He wants to be a football player when he grows up. I'm telling him I would love for him to do something else that would be a little more healthy for his brain. But I'm also not going to be a dream killer. If my son wants to play football, then his father is going to be behind him playing football 100%. We are going to get him the best training out there we can, as much as we can afford it. And we are going to get this boy in a football program so he can chase his dream, because that's what we do here in the Variable Y household. We chase dreams. So move over to this one side, little buddy. Now come over here, little girl. And this is my Puda. This is baby Variable Y. She is a princess. She's a 5-year-old. She is going to kindergarten. She loves everything you would think she would: unicorns, ponies, horses, all kinds of stuff, baby dolls. She is just the sweetest thing in the world. And now she's talking for some reason. Yes.
Mommy say she get Barbie dolls.
See? And she likes Barbie dolls too. And she is the sweetest little girl I've ever known. All she wants to do is be around you, almost to the point where we have to tell her about personal space. And you can't see him, but he's over here saying, yeah, we have to tell her about personal space. We have to tell her to remember that people have their personal space, and you don't need to be in people's personal space. But she just likes to be around people, and she just likes to smile. She just likes to have fun, and she just likes for people to be around, and she just wants people to be around. So, and this is just, like I said, she's the sweetest little girl in the whole wide world. And this is me at 8 years old right here. And these are my babies. And I wanted to tell the world, no matter what happens, these are my babies. And they have a father who loves them, who supports them, who believes in them, who would never willingly leave them for anything this world could offer me. This world could offer me nothing that is more important than my two babies. Get in there, babies. All right. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. So, like I said, I wanted to do that because I wanted to, and as they leave and make more noise, because I wanted to put my narrative out there. I wanted to speak for myself. I didn't want anything or anyone to have to explain for me what's happening. I don't want something to happen to me one day because I'm black in the United States of America and I could be riding down the street just minding my own business and God knows what could happen to me. And I didn't want for somebody to then say what kind of father I am, what kind of husband I am, what kind of brother I am, what kind of son I am, and what kind of friend I am. I am as I would think I am just as much a person as everybody else out here. And this weekend has brought to the forefront for a lot of people what it's like to be a person who looks like me. This weekend has brought to the forefront for a lot of people that when I leave my house, if I'm driving my car, if I see a police officer, I'm straightening the hell up because I don't want to get pulled over. And I know there have been a long time that many of you thought, well, you're not doing anything wrong, so why do you care about getting pulled over? And I know there are many of you out there who have had either black friends tell you, who you have heard black people say, and or who you have read or whatever, where black people have told you, hey man, the police are out here killing us. Hey man, police harass me. Hey, I'm walking down the street minding my own business. Police is throwing me up against the wall. I didn't do anything. And if you wanted to be honest, there are many of you who said, well, you had to be doing something. I was just being black in America. So I say all of this, I do all of this to say, number one, Black Lives Matter, and they will always matter with me. Take it or leave it, love me or hate me, subscribe or unsubscribe. Black Lives Matter, not just this one, but those two out there, and the third one in this house, and all the other ones that look like me and that don't look this shade of black. They all matter. And we will continue to say that until the day that we're not going out and getting murdered by police and murdered for just being black running in a neighborhood and murdered for just being black walking around with a hoodie on and being murdered for being young black males mostly, but females get murdered too. We will say that every single day. We will live it every single day. We will not be silenced anymore. We are where we are. And it ain't our fault that we're here. With that being said, though, and to bring it to sports, I've watched a lot of things on TV today, and it's kind of bittersweet. I'm very happy that there are plenty of people who are not black who are outraged by this. I'm very happy that there are plenty of people who are not black who seem to be ready to join this fight. But I do have to ask, what took you so long? Did you not believe us when we said that? Did you think we were making this up? How could all of us make this up? How could all of us be lying about the talk that we all have? I've had the talk with my son, and he's 8. So how could we be lying about the talk? How could we be lying about any of this stuff? So, not the normal tone that I like to take on my show. I like for my show to be light and, like for it to be fun. And I love for it to just be, a dude who's really into sports and other things, just asking you guys a bunch of questions and seeing what you're into and us having a conversation, us having a dialogue. But today we need to have a new dialogue. We need to know, why are you guys just now getting on board with us? Why are you just now trying to figure out what we've been talking about? And for those of you who are still with your head in the sand, you don't want to know. And that's fine. But also understand, if you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. So anyway, guys, that's my time. I've gone a little over my time, but I thought it was important for me to get my voice and my narrative out there. I didn't want anybody else to do it for me. I thought it was important for me to do it myself. So I thank you guys so much for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe here on the Variable Y Minute on YouTube. If you're following me, you can follow me, I should say, on Instagram at Variable Y, or on Twitter at Variable_Y. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Sorry to get so deep on you. Hopefully tomorrow we can have something good to talk about. But until then, I thank you, and I'll see you soon.